U.S. government and BLM has taken their artifacts and just literally they're wasting away down here in rat infestation and cobwebs, and they
have 35 years.
Here with LaVoy Finicum, and what are we doing, LaVoy?
We are concerned about the way artifacts have been stored here, the Paiutes artifacts. So you can see there's boxes of artifacts here. You can see there's some rats nesting here. This is the way we found it. So we have these artifacts from 89, 99. Why do they just keep them down here? This is how the Native Americans' heritage is being treated. I don't think it's acceptable. Please, let's open up a dialogue. Come get a representative. Come here and let's start talking face to face, and let's make sure that we take care of the heritage of the Native American people. So thanks. That's what I just wanted to show you.
So yeah, guys. So get this video shared around. I can get it uploaded for you and make sure this gets to the Paiutes.
This is LaVoy Finicum. One cowboy stands for freedom. I believe in government. This is our heritage. I have been listed as a domestic terrorist. This isn't America. This isn't what we are.
Go ahead. Car 16 responding.
This isn't about me trying to be an anarchist. It's me holding up the Constitution and the rule of law.
Domestic terrorists.
I'm all in, and there's no turning back.
Officers on the scene.
It's gotta stop. It's gotta stop. No matter how long or short my days may be, I am going to live as a free man. And so, what about you?
Shot cleared.
No matter how it ends, matters how you stand.
My name is David Fry. I'm, half American, half Japanese. I grew up in Japan and here also in the United States. Born to a military family. I did first hear about the Bundy Ranch, the event that happened there, and I was actually following that. And that's how I came to see LaVoy Finicum, because he was, talking about that event and what's going on and the whole reasoning behind, why that took place. And so, listening to him, he was intelligent. He was well-spoken. Next thing I noticed that, he's got a video out and he's talking about, taking over this refuge. And I started Googling a lot of that stuff, and I've noticed that a lot of the media and just social media were calling all these people white supremacists and just all these horrid things that just are absolutely untrue. As far as, African American, Asian American, all that, we are all Americans. And I've noticed that the media is really trying hard to, point out the fact that everybody is different, and they're trying to make it a big deal and making it sound like everything's based on racism. Everybody's seeing this. And so, what do you do in that situation? You go out there and you check it out for yourself and you prove, what's really going on. It took about 4 or 5 days to drive out there, and it was in a very bad snowstorm. By miracle, I was able to actually make it out there. A couple of times I slid off the road.
Went to Burns, Oregon, because I didn't believe in what was going on through the mainstream media.
We had heard about the Bundy Ranch in 2014, and we followed that. And at the time, we lived in Wisconsin, and we were quite a ways away. Since then, we had moved to Idaho, and we were a little closer, and we heard a lot more about it on TV and on the internet. And it had to do with constitutional rights, just like the Bundy thing, and Hammonds, because their land was being taken from them. We decided to go down there and just kind of see what was happening. We'd heard a lot of things, both from media and social media, and wanted to know for ourselves.
I got there around, I think it was like 12 or 1 at night. And the first thing I see is when I pull up is there's a couple people standing at the front, they call it the front gate. And they, had their flashlights, and they asked me, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I told them I brought, a whole bunch of supplies, and I'm here to help you guys out. And so they let me through.
It took a minute for Ammon and everybody to kind of warm to him, because, I did stick out, so. But once they realized that I was only out there, to report the truth of what was going on, then I got a chance to meet and hang with the guys.
I guess the next morning, is when LaVoy Finicum actually popped in, and he started asking me if I knew anything about computers. And I told him I did, and he said that he was just literally just praying that someone would come that would know anything, stuff about computers to help him out.
Just in seeing LaVoy and meeting him, he'd ask how you were doing, and better than I should be. I think I can't remember exactly the quote, but that was always, he was just one of these guys that just he just wanted the right thing to happen. Just wanted people to be held accountable.
He showed me this place. He said you can use this as your living quarters. He called it the media center. He says this is where they want to try to start up all the media stuff and trying to get all the videos out and stuff like that. And he just kind of showed me what I should be doing, how to help out, and I just went along with it, and they had all these meetings and they had church services, and I went and saw it all, did it all.
And so we started kind of picking up things, sweeping things, mopping things, just cleaning up. And then, in the bunkhouse there were so many people in and out, there was mud on the floor. So you'd have, I know, Sandy, there was a picture of her mopping up,
I cleaned the bathroom several times there just to, make sure that things were clean. I'm not much of cooking for big crowds, so I volunteered. I'd clean. That was mainly what I did, was the public bathrooms that were there.
There's a picture of me peeling potatoes
Yeah.
at one time, trying to help out.
This whole crazy, violent attitude that they were trying to paint everybody out, straight up lie. I don't know how, it's just a lie. The mainstream media lied about it all, and I was there firsthand to see that and witness,
You couldn't expect Ammon or Ryan or LaVoy or Shauna to involve themselves too much in the day-to-day operation of the refuge, and I feel like we lacked camp discipline.
LaVoy and all these other people would bring me videos to just get on the internet, and I would be uploading those as much as I could. And out there, the data service is so awful that it takes forever to upload anything, so I had to compress a lot of the videos, which all took time to do. And so a lot of times I'm letting this computer, compress and process and upload all these videos. And at that time I'd be up chopping wood, help washing dishes, and interacting with the other people, and just talking about what's going on and why everybody's there, basically, and everybody's just talking about their reasons.
My name's Dwayne Emer, and I drove down from Oregon to the headquarters of the BLM Wildlife Refuge down in Burns, Oregon, and I came down here to find out what was really going on.
I am here to support my compadres in this effort against federal overreach, and to dispel any notion about whether we are violent extremists or anything like that. I'd just simply like to tally up a few numbers. There have been no gunshot fatalities or injuries, no shots fired in anger, not even an accidental discharge. And we certainly have no intention of having anything like that here. We are peaceful people. I certainly am.
This family doesn't deserve to be taken away for already doing their time. It's not right. And if it was to happen to me, I'm pretty sure I would have them on my back to help protect me and my family as well.
Okay.
We got to the point where, you're writing stuff about us that isn't true. We don't even want to talk to you anymore. You're not on our side. Not when you're writing militants, terrorists. I said, why can't you write patriot? And this one guy actually said, I do write that, sir. He says, but my editor changes it. I said, that's all for selling papers. You got to make that money. I said, and our lives are in danger for that.
Hello America, this is LaVoy Finicum. It's January 22nd. I'm here at the Harney County Resource Center, and this is at the Oregon Freedom Revolution, and I need to give you a quick update. A lot of media has tried to contact me. They're saying, are we getting ready to capitulate? Are we getting ready to negotiate? Are we getting ready to leave? And I need to help rest assure all your concerns that we are not going anywhere. When we leave, we will turn them over to Harney County when they are safe and secure without threat of reprisal from the federal government. So stay fixed and stay as she goes. Thanks.
LaVoy was always surrounded by cameras. There was not a moment that he wasn't talking to people.
what is the state's responsibility? The state's responsibility is to intercede between an overreaching federal government and the people of its state. If the state fails to do that, the county sheriff must intercede between the overreaching federal government, between that federal power and its citizens to protect his citizens and his life, liberty, and property. And the last resort, if that sheriff fails to do that, which he has done, the only recourse that is left is for the citizens themselves to protect their neighbors in their farms, in their homes.
Liberal media has been live broadcasting saying that you're domestic terrorists in there. Or do you feel that...
Well, consider this. What is terrorism? What is a terrorist? What is terrorism? Terrorism is when somebody is put in extreme fear to control them. Who here has been put in extreme fear to control them? Has it not been the Hammond family? Has the federal government put extreme fear in them? Are not those ranchers that are coming and speaking to me fearful that they too will be treated as the Hammonds? Who is the terrorist and who is the citizen? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
LaVoy, just really quickly, sorry. Can you say spell your name?
Can we get your name?
LaVoy Finicum.
It's gotten to a point where public meetings are being canceled.
Well, he canceled it. You know, we should have as much dialogue and openness as possible. Have you felt the change in the tone and tenor of the feds out there? We certainly have. We used to could walk up to them and talk with the FBI agents in a friendly manner, unarmed and stuff, but the tenor has changed. They have become more hardened. And when they step out of their vehicles, now they're stepping out with their rifles, and they're not willing to engage in just friendly dialogue. And so, and then I'm assuming that you're aware of all the extra vehicles that they're bringing in and the increase in manpower that they're ramping up.
We could see what was going on in town, the buildup of FBI personnel. There was no law enforcement in the county. They were all behind this compound. You know, the only law enforcement we saw out in the deserts of Harney County was the occasional FBI Suburban racing by. It was the strangest thing. I really don't know how to describe it, and I wouldn't believe it if I wouldn't have seen it.
They brought in an MRAP or a Bearcat. I drove around in one of those in Iraq, and so they're bringing in militaristic equipment and everything. So we did see the buildup in town.
A friend of mine who testified in the Oregon trials kind of wrapped it up pretty good. He said it was like a scene out of the movie Red Dawn, and it was.
The media had left. We were a little bit nervous about the feds coming in because we had heard things like they were bringing blood into the hospital, all this new blood, and we asked why. So one of the nurses had sent out a message to one of my friends and said, well, they just needed it updated. The feds said we had some old, you know, that it was too outdated or something, we needed some new blood. None of that made sense. So we knew things were kind of ramping up.
You really feel like they're ramping it up, that they're going to take some sort of, you said kinetic, like physical action?
All the behaviors is in the preparation of a campaign of some sort. And we're saying, why the rattling of the saber? Why, when we're so far away from anybody out here in the middle of nowhere, why are you ramping it up?
The people I spoke to and the locals I spoke to, their concern was the fact that the military and the FBI were there, and they were the ones doing all of the harassment. Just their presence, just their demeanor, you know, it was wrong.
My friend and I went down and talked to Ammon, and we said, you know, you got to get out of here. Somebody's going to get killed.
Oh, there were all kinds of things. The local law enforcement said that we got people following us all over the place, you know, and you know, a couple of the cops were saying, you know, I just can't wait to shoot one of them guys, you know, and all that. They were all ready for the big battle.
And that was a little unsettling, but the fact that we were able to drive into town and I could shake hands with these cops and converse with them and everything was That was a settling feeling. So, you know, we did get into our day-to-day routines, and there was other things that were trying to take place. I remember helping LaVoy. We were kind of tasked with enlisting other ranchers in the area to sign this emancipation, if you will, from the BLM. This statement, and send it in saying, we're no longer going to pay our grazing fees. We want nothing to do with you. And really showing these people that it only works when you stand with each other.
So this is the first page. We got a lot of other signatures. This is for you. This is the names of the people, the states where they live, and their phone numbers, saying that anytime you need our help, if there's any impression comes upon you from Fish and Game, Forest Service, BLM, we shall stop everything and come to your aid. And so this is
That's right.
The last time was when I went up. I went up towards the end. I spent my time at Malheur helping Shauna Cox and helping to organize food or cook in the kitchen, and I spent time with my husband. Sunday, he felt that I needed to go home early. There was something that was bothering him. I don't know specifically what, but he felt that I should leave early. I remember speaking to my husband that night, talking to him and saying that I really wanted to just come back and spend more time with him. And he said, no, Janet, you can't. Our daughter has a basketball game, and he says, you need to be at home with the kids, and I'll call you.
With Burns and Harney County now fully engulfed in a wave of narrative-fueled fear, the FBI make their ultimate chess move. They push for local and Oregon state governing to transfer their control into what is known as cooperative federalism. Local and Oregon state governing, including law enforcement, succumb to the pressure and surrender all their political control to the FBI, leaving no boundaries between the governing and the governed. Under this so-called cooperative system, plans for an offensive operation begin to quickly take form.
In Grant County up at John Day, the sheriff there, instead of falling to all the fear that the FBI and Warden Grasty was doing, he actually would sit down and listen to us and then invited us to come and speak in his county.
That morning I said, I'd really like to go with you because the Sharps were going to sing. This is the same Sharp family that was at the Bundy Ranch when they came. This young girl, Victoria, who just had her birthday the day before, and she was 18, finished her EMT class up in Idaho and drives down there to be with the family. She had only been there one night. I listened to him sing that night, and I really wanted to go to John Day and listen to him sing. But I was so busy, I couldn't do it.
And so when we were going to John Day, we were going to meet with the sheriff and as many people as he had gathered. And we understood that there were going to be probably around 400 people there.
And we had it set up that they would leave every 10 minutes. So they weren't right together. That was kind of our safety mode.
We as a committee of safety were also invited to that meeting to lend some support and maybe help them form their own committee of safety. So I think there were 5 or 6 of us in my pickup loaded up and headed to John Day for that meeting.
A convoy is set up to transport LaVoy, Ammon, and Ryan Bundy to John Day. A 100-mile journey with no cell phone coverage in between. The plan is organized and headed up by a volunteer by the name of Mark McConnell. Unbeknownst to LaVoy and the others, however, McConnell is an FBI informant and is leading LaVoy and the others into a trap. A trap that has been set for over 3 days.
I saw the Sharps were still there, and they were trying to get out, and they were trying to get all these kids in the van, and they were all trying to get dressed, and Mark McConnell was there.
He was acting as a personal bodyguard for my brother.
He's out there yelling at him, telling him what to do, backing him up, and he's screaming at him because they're late. She's trying to hurry and get the kids into the vehicle. They're trying to get dressed. Now we've lost 2 of the kids. They're not in the vehicle. He's over there. He's screaming at her to get on that road.
It was just odd the way he was trying to make sure that we were in certain vehicles and make sure that we left at certain times and make sure that we left together rather than staggered, or make sure that there wasn't other people there to convoy and support us.
Everybody's getting in the car. They said the 2 were down at the bunkhouse. We send somebody down on a 4-wheeler to get him. He comes back with a 5-year-old, Stefan, and puts him in the van. And we said, okay, we'll just, Victoria can ride with LaVoy when he goes. Because LaVoy was just finishing up an interview.
Good morning, America. This is LaVoy Finicum here at the Harney County Resource Center here in Oregon. I need to give you a quick update, keep you in the loop of what's going on. As you know, we've been reaching out to the Paiute tribe in regards to the artifacts, and we shall continue to do so. At this point, they have made it very clear that they do not want to have any interaction with us. I did have a member from the Delaware tribe come out and try to be an emissary between us and them. Had other tribal leaders from other places also offer that. And so at this point, we will go ahead and just keep an open invitation to them, and we will also make sure that the artifacts are not disturbed, not moved, left as we have found them, and safe and secure. And so again, that's a quick update on that, and we shall see how it goes from here. Thanks.
They didn't pray before we went anywhere. We always prayed. We got together, we knew the route. People were neck and neck in their vehicles. This time they sent a vehicle first for a little bit, and then they were going to come after that. It was kind of gapped, and that seemed weird too,
When they get in the car, Ryan's in the back seat, Ryan Bundy. LaVoy's driving. Ryan Payne is in the front because he's the only one that's ever been there. So he's going to be riding shotgun. He's going to tell him how to go, right? And here comes Victoria, and her hair is wet. She was in the shower, so that's why they had to leave her. So they come in, they put her in the truck, and we can't find the camera guy who's supposed to be videoing, who happened to be David Fry. We can't find him. He's not answering a text. We got to leave right now.
LaVoy had sent me a text message asking if I was, wanting to go, and I never saw that because I was, occupied helping this guy work on his laptop. And by the time I had replied to that text, I think it was like 5 something, and I think it was already too late at that point. So that was the last message that I got from him.
I said, oh, what the heck? I guess I'll just go with you, and I'll video. I grabbed the notebook, grabbed my camera, grabbed my phone. Victoria gets in the middle, and I jump in beside her, and we take off.
I was so distracted right there at that moment. And I remember feeling something, feeling like, and I have learned through this process that those things and those feelings are so important to follow and understand. I mean, life and death, literally.
The road to John Day, my pickup came one direction, Ammon came from the south end. It total coincidence that I was minutes ahead of him on that trip. I had no idea he was right behind me.
30 minutes before we had left, we'd had another phone call with the FBI. And on that phone call, the guy at the FBI said, hey, you know, yeah, these are real issues, and we'll start listening to you.
In preparation, the FBI instructs Oregon State law enforcement to turn off their dash and body cams.
I told one of the guys in the pickup, I said, well, that's kind of odd. There's two black Suburbans backed up here on one of the side roads, and it looks like a snowmobile trailer hooked to one of them, and it just didn't look like a snowmobile party to me. So I noticed it, but didn't really say much. The roads were horribly slippery and icy, and I was paying attention to my driving.
As Melody Molt and the Harney County Committee of Safety passed through the trap and reached the border of Grant County, Oregon State and federal law enforcement quickly closed the roads behind them. The occupants are unaware of the operation as they peacefully head toward the town of John Day.
And I know in later police reports that I read about the incident, my vehicle was mentioned in those police reports as the vehicle's full of ranchers. How would they have known unless they knew who was in the pickup? So they knew who I was and let me go.
Meanwhile, the highway is closed on the other end as the two vehicles carrying the Malheur protesters and the informant pass through.
We got stopped right here by an out-of-town sheriff. He said that we couldn't go down the highway, and we asked why. Was there an accident? What was going on? And they said, oh no, you can't go. I can't tell you.
We had no cell phone service. Of course, we're just on the lonely road all by ourselves. We pass, just a dirt road, and we can see a whole lineup of black vehicles on that road.
And suddenly they say, wow, it's a setup. And Ryan turns and he looks out the window and he says, no, it's an ambush.
Sure, I knew. Here it is. Here it goes. They're going to attack us. McConnell, Ammon, and Buddha, Brian Cavalier was in the other vehicle in the back. And they immediately pull over.
And LaVoy's going, what are they slowing down for? Why are they pulling over? And he's still going, okay? He's still going. But Ryan Payne says, well, dude, well, you better stop.
Went down the road a little further and ended up stopping in the center of the road so that the black vehicles couldn't pass us and then box us in.
Oregon State and federal law enforcement move in behind Ammon's vehicle. The driver, Mark McConnell, pulls over, forcing the occupants, including Ammon Bundy, to quickly surrender.
What I could see, up in the trees behind me and on the other side of me, I could probably see, I would say at least 15. And I wasn't really scanning,
An FBI agent begins issuing commands to the occupants of LaVoy's truck.
Well, LaVoy doesn't want to stop. He wants to go, but he listens and he stops, and his leg is bouncing on that brake. It's just bouncing up and down. He wants to go.
As LaVoy complies, suddenly
Ryan rolls down his window, Ryan Payne. He rolls down his window, he puts his hand out the window, and boom!
Immediately a shot went off and he jerked his hands back in.
First of all, I see the laser, and then I hear the pling, boom, as a bullet hits. Metal.
To the dismay of the FBI agent, an Oregon State trooper fires at the vehicle.
We're going, they're shooting at us, what the heck?
Then Ryan Payne did get out. I don't understand why he got out. I wouldn't have got out.
He exits the vehicle quickly. He jumps out of the vehicle and throws his hands in the air. He yells, "There's women in the vehicle." That's what he yells, "There's women in the vehicle." All I can see is he's leaving with his hands up. Then they tell him to turn around, I guess.
Escalation triggers LaVoy, and he stops complying.
Ryan Bundy says, "What do we do?" I said, "Get out our best weapon." I reach down and pick up my camera. Boom.
But I'm not going anywhere. Here I am, right there. Right there, put a bullet through it. You understand? I'm going to go meet the sheriff. You back down or you kill me now. Go ahead, put the bullet through me. Well, I'm going to ask them if they want to go out.
What for? Why are we getting
You want out?
What for? What are we getting out?
Who are you? Yeah, who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
Oregon State Police.
Okay, well, I'm going over to meet the sheriff in Grant County. You can come along with us, and you can talk with us over there. You can go ahead and shoot me. Put the laser right there, put the bullet through the head. Okay, boys? This is going to get real. You want my blood on your hands? Get it done, because we got people to see and places to go. I'm not turning over. I'm going into Day County.
Well,
I'm going into Grant County to see the sheriff.
Well, if we duck and you drive, what are they going to do? Try to knock us out? How much further we got to go?
Shoot your tires.
We got about 50 miles. Better understand how this thing's going to end. What's the number? I'm going to be laying down here on the ground with my blood on the street, or I'm going to go see the sheriff. Start calling people. They did it because there's no service here.
Yeah, they got it.
They know it. There's no service here at
You
all.
should never have stopped. You should never have stopped.
I'm going to keep going.
Then we have to duck.
I know.
What are they going to do with Ryan?
Okay.
And so LaVoy said, I got a meeting with the sheriff, and we decided to leave and to go meet the sheriff.
Seeing all three levels of government combined as one and leveled against him, LaVoy sees the only safe space of protection being the law enforcement of Grant County. He declares his intention to seek asylum under this trusted law enforcement.
You guys ready?
Okay, get down.
Then you duck
Get
down.
down.
Give me that camera. Okay, give me this camera. Go. Got it.
Are they shooting?
Got it.
Well, immediately they shoot again. You can hear the bullets hit the back of the truck. We're wondering if they're going to come through the windows and hit us. We're trying to shield ourselves to some degree. I'm worried about LaVoy because we had a little more protection, but I'm worried about him.
What about Ammon and those guys? We can't get around them. I'm going to go get help.
Okay.
Stay down.
Wait,
Stay down.
I need
Stay
a phone
down.
so I can call as soon as I get service.
Wait up. Yeah, keep watching the phone to see if you get any service.
I don't have any.
I can't even get Joe Rice.
Coming up fast.
Yeah, they are.
Where is the right and the wrong? Where is that line where it's wrong and where it's right in resisting this?
Okay, I don't know about numbers.
Well, I got numbers, but I can't call because we have no service.
I truly believe that we'll come out on top. This isn't America. This isn't what we are. I'm going to live my remaining days as a free man. Be long, maybe short, but I'm going to live as a free man.
As LaVoy speeds off for John Day and the sanctuary of Grant County law enforcement, up ahead the FBI's elite hostage rescue team quickly sets up a roadblock, known as a dead man's stop.
And now they're shooting directly. All he's got is the windshield and so forth, and I'm hearing the bullets hit the vehicle.
And he said, "Hold on."
Yeah, but...
Hang on.
Okay, they're shooting.
Hang on.
LaVoy's going to try to go around that truck, and that guy walks around that truck, and LaVoy sees him and turns more into the bank. LaVoy saved that guy's life by not running him over.
And I look, and there they are. There's a block right in front of my face.
Here.
Go ahead and shoot me.
Jim! Trying to.
I knew that he wanted to protect them because that's the way he is. That's his nature.
I wanted to reach up and grab him, keep him in, but I knew that I couldn't, and I knew that I shouldn't. I knew that I had to let him out. Of course, everything happened so very fast. It seems like it was slower in that time, but now, especially that I watched the video and stuff, it happened pretty fast. But I remember those things were going through my mind, and I knew I had to let him out.
I'm not backing down. So help me God, I will not do it. My life may be long or it may be short, but I will spend it on freedom. Maybe we'll get a chance to look each other in the eye.
I've counted the cost, and I'm willing to pay it.
Okay, we're here.
Go ahead and shoot me.
Jim! Trying to. Stay down, stay down. Stay down. Stay down. Stay down.
Shoot me. You have to shoot me.
Unfortunately, this is rather brutal to say this, but our petition for redress of grievances was finally answered by Governor Kate Brown. It was answered on the night of January 26th in the form of bullets. That's correct. It was answered by the death of LaVoy Finicum.
Damn it. Are they shooting him? Did they shoot him? You assholes. Oh my God! Hold still, hold still. Stay down.
Is he dead?
Don't get out.
I'm an EMT!
Stop it.
Are you hit?
No, I'm an EMT! No, hold on, don't do anything. They're shooting. Don't do anything. The door is shut. Where the hell is LaVoy? Did they shoot him?
I can't see.
Shut up. Stay down, Ryan.
Oh, God!
Ryan, stay down. Stay down. Oh, shit. Keep down.
Did they kill him?
I think they did, and they're shooting over here on this door.
I got hit too.
Okay, hold still.
Where did you get hit? I don't know. It didn't.
Hold still. Hold still.
Ryan, where did you get hit?
Hold still.
I'm not bleeding.
Okay, don't shoot
Where
us.
did you get hit, Ryan?
I'm okay.
Okay, I'm going to take some.
It's okay.
I'm taking some. Okay. Keep down. Oh, shit. Well, I don't dare get out of the car. How are we supposed to get out of the car?
Did they tell us to get out of the car?
No, I can't hear anything. I don't dare get out of the car. Oh, shit. Quit shooting the windows.
Where are they shooting at?
They're hitting the windows. I don't know. They're trying to break our window.
God, keep us safe, please.
Please protect us,
Please,
God.
God.
Please protect us. Please protect us. Please protect us. We need help. We need help. We need help.
Did they kill him? They killed
No,
him.
I can see a laser coming in.
They killed. Oh my God, they killed him.
Okay. So where's the rest of everyone?
Are you okay?
I can see lasers going by.
Where did you get hit?
I'm okay.
He's got lasers. Keep your head down. I can see the laser. If you see a laser, keep it away from us. There's a laser on your knee. Stop! I don't dare get out because they'll shoot me.
No.
Yeah. Damn, why do they keep shooting?
They're trying to take my head off is what they're trying to do.
I know, but all of us? Stop! Stop! Stop!
Please!
Stop! Yes. Ah! That's ridiculous. Because you're stupid. They're going to kill all of us?
Keep us safe.
Father, please. Protect.
Those were gas rounds.
Yeah, they're up your nose, but...
They got lasers still on us. LaVoy got out. I think they've killed LaVoy. They just shot gas rounds into the car. We're hunkered down in here trying not to be shot.
He's shooting. That's the window. He's shooting at the window.
shooting more gas rounds. The gas is getting pretty thick in here.
You got nothing to do. God, please.
Anyway.
You did get out. I don't dare get out. Will they shoot me?
Yeah, they'll shoot you.
How am I gonna get out? If I get...
Anyway.
Can we put a white flag out?
Yeah, I would put a flag out. Let's put a flag out.
Do you have a white flag? Yep.
This location.
I surrender! Can we just surrender?
Okay, open the left door. Let's get out.
Okay!
That's you, Ryan. I don't know if you can get out. You get out first. Let her in first. Let her out first. You go first. You go first.
Please don't kill me!
I was trying to get her out first because I knew that they were trying to kill Ryan.
It certainly seems that they kind of knew where I was sitting and was trying to hit my position, and had I been sitting up straight, they would have got me. But because I had got down, I was lower.
Okay, go.
Okay, I get out.
Okay, get out.
Okay.
No, he'll shoot Ryan first. He'll shoot you first, Ryan. Hands up, hands up.
The boy's dead.
Sit. Okay. Okay, go. Okay, hands up. Okay, go. Let him see, Joe.
You said
Okay.
Wait, I can't go yet.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, hold on, sis. Hold on, sis. Hang on. Oh, no, sorry.
I look up into the trees right there, and out of the trees step all these men. They lead us across, and as I'm walking away, as we're walking away to the other side of the road, there's a bunch of men standing on the side of the road right here, and they open fire. They start shooting that truck, just loading it full of bullets. They broke out all the windows in the camper. And now it dawns on me that I have handcuffs on. All this time, and I'm going, am I under arrest? And they said, no, you're just being detained. For what? We don't know. And I said, where's your camera? And he said, oh, you mean my flashlight? I said, not your flashlight. I said, the track, you know, it's on your head and there's no camera on it. And he turned and walked away.
I actually got shot when he was getting out. The passenger side back glass shattered, and I felt the sting at the same time. The bullet hit me in the shoulder here and went down my arm. They ended up putting me in the ambulance and taking me to the hospital.
It's a little bit concerning. It's kind of why I'm holding your head still. My recommendation would to you would be to get out on 60. We prefer not to. But you understand that. Okay, all right. You understand there's risk. Okay, all right. Yeah, so he's got this kind of skeleton looking blue right now.
We sat there for a while, and then they drove us back down the road to where Ryan and Ammon and McConnell and Boot are. And they put them in the van.
25 minutes after LaVoy is shot, the FBI team's paramedic examines LaVoy's body, finding 3 bullet holes and observing no weapons.
Well, we sat there for 3 more hours. And finally, Lion Payne's so angry, and he said, "What is taking them so long?" I said, "Well, it's really obvious. There's no warrant, and they don't know what to do with us. They were trying to kill us. Well, they have no idea what to do with us. We weren't supposed to live."
In violation of law enforcement protocols, the scene is left unsecured for 9 hours. After which, the head of the Oregon State Forensics Lab pronounces LaVoy dead, discovers a 9mm pistol in the side pocket of his jean jacket, and notates the well-worn path between LaVoy's body and his truck.
Then all of a sudden the meeting at John Day turned into an open mic session because the speaker didn't show up. They were all detained.
It seems that there was an altercation between here and Burns.
Trapped by the sheriff of Grant County? Probably. I don't want to make that judgment. There is no way it was trapped by the sheriff of Grant County.
We got out here to the junction just outside of town, and there was an Oregon State police officer with a long gun and body armor. And he said, "You can't go through." And I said, "Well, can we go around this road to we're headed to John Day." He said, "No, you can't go to John Day. The road's closed. There's been a shooting."
My friend Sarah calls me and she said, "Did you hear?" And I had just gotten home. And my friends had my kids because I was with him. And I said, "Oh my gosh, what?" And she said, "You need to sit down."
Victoria reaches back and she says, "I can get my hands out of these cuffs," and she pulls her hand out of the cuff. Ammon said, "I still have my phone on me. We got to call somebody." Well, we were just getting into service, but he had his cuffs on and he couldn't get the the phone from inside his coat. And Victoria gets up and says, "I can get it." So she gets up and takes her hand out of the cuff and gets the phone out and puts it on his lap.
And I get a call from Ammon. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you're alive." And he goes, Lisa, they killed LaVoy." He's like, are you listening to me? They killed LaVoy. You have to be the one that tells Jeanette. No one else can tell her.
The people in the front can hear him talking, and then they look in the rearview mirror, and I'm trying to kind of diffuse them, trying to talk over here, do something so it kind of distracts them, but they see him with that light on his face.
And he's trying to get me under control because there's a lot of information. He goes, I'm like, "How do you have your phone?" He goes, "They didn't take my phone. I'm in the back of the paddy wagon. This is very important information." And I'm like, "Okay."
I was handcuffed at the time. So.
They pull them out and they get the phone. And anyway, that's how the message got out.
It's time for Tian to play her 2 games, JV and varsity. We start hearing some rumblings during the varsity game that something's gone wrong at Malheur, and my phone is dying and I can't make any calls out.
A friend of mine said, "Hey, I just saw shots fired at Malheur," and so I went out to try to get out of the gym to try to get a little more information. Got Jeanette out there, and we were just waiting because we knew something had gone on.
And I'm sitting there trying to call LaVoy repetitively, and he is not picking up. And I remember just kind of sitting there going, well, this can't be, because we've just had this wonderful time there. We've just had a wonderful time.
I knew before any information came in, I knew that it was my brother who was dead.
I finally receive a call from Lisa Bundy, and she's hysterical, screaming into the phone, telling me that LaVoy is dead. LaVoy is dead. They killed LaVoy. They killed LaVoy. And all I remember is my brother-in-law there with me, and we're both hugging each other and crying.
I'm sitting there, and my uncle comes and grabs me, and he's hugging me from the side. And as he's hugging me from the side, I can tell that something's wrong, and I just knew
that it was my dad was gone. And I go out in the hall, and Mom's on the phone trying to get him.
I'm calling the police department in Burns. I'm calling the hospital in Burns, asking for confirmation of who was killed and verifying that I am his wife. And even the police are helping me make these calls.
And I just couldn't believe it, that it was happening. Like, no, he was supposed to stay alive. He was never gonna die. He was invincible, you know. Dads are always invincible, nothing can happen to them.
They put me on hold, or they put me on an answering machine, or they say, I'm sorry, I can't answer your questions, and hang up on me. It was unbelievable, the lack of concern or professionalism in my mind that they offered me.
They wouldn't release any information, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go sit in the car and I'm gonna call Dad, because he'll pick up if I call him. I know he'll pick up if I call him, because he always picks up and he's always there when I need him. The fact that he didn't pick up made it realistic to me, because he doesn't leave his daughters to wander. He's there for them whenever we need him. And when he didn't pick up, I knew, regardless of how much I wanted to deny it, that he was gone and he wasn't coming home.
I tried to gather the kids, and at this point it was just chaos. When you're left in that situation, you know that they have to have some kind of hope or some kind of lifeline, and it was hard for me to be that at that point, because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what was going to happen. And so I started to explain to him what had happened.
And so I told him, not a whole lot of details, I just said, Dad's been taken, and they killed LaVoy. And my daughter and my son were together, and they just started crying.
I've never seen my kids do this, but they were like uncontrollable, like wailing, like so beyond upset. I couldn't calm them down. And I said, look, your dad's alive. He's alive. That's not the case for everybody in this. And he's shot, but he's going to be okay. We're going to get through this. And they're like, well, what are they going to do with him now? And I couldn't say. I said, they arrested him, but they don't normally just hold people. So he should be home. I mean, we're looking at a trial and stuff, but he should come home. And I could not get them calm. I mean, they were literally like wailing.
I don't know what time it was, but I got a phone call that a friend of mine in John Day was with this lady whose daughter was in the vehicle with LaVoy and Ryan Bundy and Shauna Cox. And so this friend of mine in John Day asked if I would please go down to the sheriff's department, pick up this girl. And I didn't know who she was, how old she was. I didn't know anything. I just said, sure. So I called the sheriff's department. She finally got back to me and said, I'm sorry it took me so long. She said, but I finally talked to some FBI agents, and they said that they dropped her off at the Safeway parking lot about an hour ago. And I said, the Safeway parking lot? And she said, I know. She said, I don't know why. The gal who was at the checker started crying, and she said, oh, thank God, come with me. And we get to the break room in the back, and here is this girl. And she's sitting down, and she looks horrible. And I went up to her and I said, Victoria, I have your mom on the phone. And she stands up and grabs me and starts crying and collapses.
Lou here reporting for Film the Police Portland. I'm in my hotel room waiting to go check out the refuge. I'm here with Pete Santilli. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how are you? This is the way it's been reported to me. There's been a gunfight.
As has been reported to me, Ammon Bundy is in custody. 2 men are down.
Mike Bluehair here reporting for Film to Police Portland. I'm at the Harney County District Hospital that you can see behind me. There is, this place is just on lockdown. There's guys with AR-15s at the doors. I have a unconfirmed, it hasn't been double checked, but report that Ammon Bundy has been arrested. There was a gun battle. 2 people have been shot, injured. I don't know if they're law enforcement. I'm not being able to get any information. And when I approach law enforcement and talk to them, I basically get bupkis. And I can see the checkpoint down there. I'm here
They
with,
would not. So it's unconfirmed who and how many.
Pete
Okay.
Santilli and his news crew.
Can I speak to somebody? I just need to speak to somebody. Excuse me?
Pete Santilli on the bullhorn trying to get their attention.
Can I speak with somebody in your chain of command? It's important, please.
They got a bullhorn, they're going to answer.
I will. Will I be staying here waiting for somebody to come speak to me? Did you say nobody's coming out?
Nobody's coming out. Let's go.
Okay, I'm going to leave, but the reason why I came here is because I can go up to the refuge and clear it out. There's no reason for you guys to go there and go kill people. I can go clear it out. Can I get permission to do so? At the courthouse? You guys need to figure out who's in charge. You just referred me to the sheriff's department. The sheriff's department's gonna tell me to come and see you. Like a bunch of f***ing Keystone cops.
Let's go, Pete.
I'm at the courthouse right now. I'm going to try to put word out to these guys. The women and the children need to go, and those that wish to leave need to leave at this point. Don't you? The purpose of my visit, just to let you know, they sent me over here. I went to the FBI. Okay, Brandon, let me call you back. I'm talking to you. They will listen to me. Yes.
What I'm hearing is that you're pretty confident.
I'm pretty confident that if the FBI goes out there or you guys go out there, it's not a good scenario for anybody, for nobody.
Right, absolutely.
It's not a good scenario.
Well, I will say this. Obviously, I'm an Indian on this.
I understand.
There's a lot of chiefs that are involved. So.
Yes, sir. At minimum, even if those that choose to stay back there of their own free will, I can't force them to go.
Absolutely.
Those that choose to stay back there, we need to get the women and the children out of there. Okay. Period. I know that will happen. That's guaranteed. Guaranteed. They will come out.
Right. Give us a few minutes. Give us a few minutes.
Thank you.
So they're going to discuss it and.
There are people that I know and love. Okay. There are kids there. Okay. There are men, beautiful souls, young men. There are women and there are children. Anybody you're worried about? Anybody I'm worried about?
No, I mean, wouldn't listen.
The wall.
No, I know you're worried about all of them.
You don't want them to get harmed. You don't want you guys to get harmed. I need to be able to go up there and talk to them and say, this is over. This is stupid. It's done. It's time to go. Okay? Gunshots being fired. That's stupid. Nobody wants that.
That's not something we can deal with tonight.
I understand. Okay, I understand. Yeah, I'm making a genuine offer here to go get women and children, get them out of there.
Are you arresting Pete Santilli right now, sir? Of course I will. I'm just going to document, okay? I'll stand back here at a safe distance and document them arresting Pete, okay?
Hey, stay in the car. Stay in the car.
If you need me to back up, I'll back up, officer, okay?
Hey, why am I under arrest? Stop.
Back up.
Okay, sure. Just tell me where.
Back up to the car.
Okay.
Back up to the car.
Sir,
Back up.
put the camera away right now. Right now, please.
I'm documenting, sir.
Okay.
You need to go.
You can document from the car.
Okay, sure. I'll go into the car, sir.
All right. Thank you. Any firearms?
No, sir. There's no firearms in the car, sir. Please don't aim the rifle at people.
Move back. This is a non-perimeter. This is a perimeter. Not move the vehicle.
Do not come.
Can I walk away from here so I can film safely,
Stay
sir?
right here till they're done.
Okay.
Why are they arresting him?
I don't know. They didn't say. They just said he's under arrest.
Go back there. Push it back.
Back up. Back up.
Thank you for returning his phone, officer. And they're taking him away now.
And if you're in the back seat, please.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can we ask you what he was being arrested for?
I don't know, sir. His property. Thank you very much. Have a good evening, sir.
Thank you.
One more thing.
And these guys are all from Sheriff's Department, correct?
Hard to tell.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, thank you for letting me document.
Not a
And
problem. We don't mind. You film. You have that constitutional right.
right on. I appreciate
So we put you on the
observing
other
that.
side of the street. It's for your security, plus for our security, and our safety, your safety.
I know it's tense there for a second. You know.
Well, that's not tense. No, we're just
Well, a
trying
little
to
bit,
explain to you. We just need you to move back.
Well, us as the citizens, well, the way I perceive it, it's a little more tense for me than it is for you because you're wearing all the tactical gear and you're carrying the AR-15, and that makes me a little bit more nervous than I would be if I'll just form.
But as you can see, the AR-15 is down. We're not.
Oh yeah. May I ask your name, deputy?
Deputy.
Okay, that's fine. I understand.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm just a deputy knuckle dragger. I don't make decisions. I just carry out my orders.
We see a bunch of cars leaving, and then we see a bunch of cars coming back, and we see headlights all around, and we're like, what's going on? And you could kind of see the lighting from the airport where the FBI was stationed, and we saw planes and choppers, and we're like, wow, this is really getting serious.
David Fryer was working with me on my laptop. We decided, because it was an all-day thing trying to get things sorted out that way. And by the time we were going back up to where they had the chow hall, it was just a really eerie feeling. It was dark. It wasn't lit like normal.
It was a lot later at night where we actually found out what had happened. And a lot of people did get scared.
The word was they just killed LaVoy. And it was like, are you kidding me? So yeah, it was, people didn't know what to do.
I was furious that, that they had killed LaVoy. I personally wanted to avenge him.
And then we started hearing tidbits about that Ammon was arrested, he wasn't shot, LaVoy was killed, and Ryan Bundy was killed.
And so a lot of people did flee at that point.
Pretty soon we saw the satellite on CNN's truck come down, and a bunch of cars start driving away, and I'm like, they just told media to leave. And then people were texting us. They just sent media away because they said it was too dangerous.
I had got a phone call too at that point by an FBI agent at the end, and I don't even know how he got my number, but he started wanting to talk to some other guy. So they called my phone to talk to another guy. And so I thought that was strange. And of course they're telling us that we got to get out of there. They're giving us till, I think 12 o'clock at night or something it was, to all leave. And so that message was relayed to the rest of the people there.
We found out later there was a vote in the clubhouse, all the people that were still there, whether they should stand and defend or leave. And I've seen some videos since then, and some of them wanted to stay, some of them didn't, and they ended up having a guy from COWS, which is a Coalition of Western States. He had come in and was talking to a senator or representative, and they told everybody they had free passage if they left now. Nobody'd be arrested. They could leave now, and that'd be the end of it. So they did. Well, nobody came to tell us that.
We had already seen all these trails of lights coming towards us, like an armored convoy. And so a lot of people were, at that point, people were scared. They don't know what to do.
As news of LaVoy's death quickly spreads, the occupation at Malheur begins to implode.
They started talking about, well, man, I don't know if I can stay. I think I got to leave, I'll go ahead and leave, but, we're going to stay, because then we started finding out that people were getting arrested that had left.
That they were told that they would be safe to leave, but instead we're actually getting arrested.
So I'm like, if you leave now, you're going to get arrested. So
For sure.
We're going to get arrested either way. They've already shot and killed LaVoy.
I've researched history, I know about Waco and Ruby Ridge, Anytime that the American citizen, is in distress and gets upset and protests or whatnot, the government comes in and starts killing people and then ends it. And then it ends, the protest ends. And here they're doing the same thing again. They come in, they kill people, and hoping that everybody flees and runs and it ends. But I didn't want that to happen. I wanted this protest to keep going. I wanted people to get upset that they had killed LaVoy. I wanted them to feel the need to take action and fight back.
Media's been ordered to leave. That means they're coming to kill us, and they don't want them to see that. They're gonna murder all of us, and the medias are cowards.
We had a camera rolling live stream. Hadn't slept for days. Cold, afraid for my life, afraid for my wife's life, and the other men there. And I made a few videos, hey, we need help, militia, get here. I said a few bad things. So I'm thinking that was probably why they put the warrant out.
Any Leo or military or law enforcement or feds that stand up and their oath, don't abide by their oath, are the enemy. Media's been waiting for a bloodbath this whole time we've been here. Now there's going to be one and they're running. They're told to run because the feds don't want to know who's murdering us.
Over the course of even just within that, 3 or 4 days, a lot of people ended up going AWOL. They literally just disappear, and next you hear that they had left, driven away. The FBI was cutting off all our phone lines, all our personal phones. They would, I guess, contact the service providers and to cut off our lines. We would be scouting inside the buildings for any supplies and stuff, and I'd seen this phone sitting on inside the warehouse, and it's smashed to crap, and it's sitting there, and I recognized that phone, and I went ahead and put it in my pocket and took it with us back to camp. And I had gone through that phone and took the SIM card out and put it in one of the other phones that they had deactivated. And I was able to get the phone running again with that SIM card, and I put some more time on it before it ran out, and I kept it as a backup phone.
So it looks like this is it. This is going to be the final stand here, guys. So you guys are watching it live. Well, if you guys want to know what happened to the rest of the guys, a lot of them tucked tail and ran.
Hi, I love you, my beautiful wife, and my beautiful daughter, Rebecca. And that's about it. That's all I got to say.
Alrighty. So you heard it, guys. There's family men here, and they're calling us terrorists, and they're right outside our borders waiting to pick us off, guys.
Every one of us. I spent 10 years in the Army defending this country.
So you guys get to see it live. All your fellow Americans are calling out for our death. They want to see blood.
Well, then all of a sudden I see Dwayne, he's loading up his horse, and I'm like, what are you doing? He says, I gotta go. He says, I got a daughter, and then a couple more guys were like, well, if they're leaving, I'm leaving. They decided to leave. They got pulled over, guns everywhere. And Dwayne was in the Army. He was an Army scout, I think. And he said, It was a classic military checkpoint. They had guns. They had got out of the vehicle, searched everything, took his ID, stripped him naked, and made him sit in the street, handcuffed in the highway.
In the snow.
In the snow in this cold weather for a couple hours at least. Impounded his horse, arrested Dylan. Well, then we started getting news reports from media and people texting us that they had arrested. We're like, see, we can't leave. They're lying to us.
They're lying.
As soon as you leave, they're going to arrest you.
There was probably about 10 to 15 of us that decided to stay, and then eventually it got down to just the 4 of us. And so I was there for a total of 18 days, or 2 weeks, and we were just kind of trying to prolong the message.
The FBI called in and said, hey, here's the deal. You guys got to leave. You can all leave now. What you'll have to do is go to our checkpoint, leave all your weapons behind.
And that we wouldn't be arrested. And they were telling us all except for Sean Anderson.
Except for Sean Anderson, you have a warrant. Why do I have a warrant? And the guy on the phone, I think his name was Chris, was the first negotiator we were talking to, and he didn't know why I had a warrant. I'm like, well, so if I leave, I'm going to be arrested. Yeah, you'll be taken into custody.
We were refusing to leave if they wouldn't let Sean leave also, because we all just wanted to get together and drive out together unhindered. We didn't trust them to take Sean by himself, and so we all kind of made a pact that we weren't going to leave unless they just let us all leave. It's all or nothing.
And we're like, we don't trust you. You've already lied to us. You shot LaVoy, murdered him. Dwayne and those guys left. They weren't going to be arrested. You arrested them.
Jake Ryan, they promised that he would not be arrested, and they arrested him.
And so we stuck together as long as we could. I think it was Jeff Banta who requested that he wanted a third-party negotiator, is what the term was, and he wanted Franklin Graham. And I don't know why, but that's who he chose. And sure enough, Franklin Graham comes out of the blue and is now talking with us. And at that point, I didn't know who he was, but apparently he's a pretty big guy, well known.
I wanted to go out as a Nevada legislator to get my Nevada folks back. We had quite a few Nevada folks up there that they were holding in their jail.
We finally had talked to Michelle Fiore and Reverend Graham, and they agreed to come in the morning with representatives if we turned ourselves in, and they'd be there as witnesses.
I start talking on the phone, and they said the FBI is coming in to kill the last 4 at the refuge.
And we ended up agreeing to take, not give up, but we changed the battlefield. We agreed on live stream that we'd turn ourselves in the morning when they got there. We had to make sure they were there, and I think I finally slept that night.
I didn't really feel comfortable turning myself in. I didn't know what's going to go on, behind the jail walls. I've heard stories, and of course, a lot of the social media people were talking about how we're all going to get raped and all that stuff. So I had told Jeff and them that I probably wouldn't come out yet. And so I told him to give me the phone, and I took the phone because Sean had it as he was about to surrender. So I told Sean, let me have that phone. So I'd have that, and I used that to continue the whole live stream, essentially.
Sean and Sandy came out holding hands, and I think an American flag, and they put them in cuffs, and then they allowed Franklin and I to go to them. And then we hugged them, we told them that we're here, and I told them that I would be with them, through the court battles, and, just thank you for being alive.
And so I'm trying to listen to both these people at the same time. I got Michelle Fiore, and I think it was, not Michelle Fiore, it was Christiane Hall talking on this side, and the FBI is telling me and stuff on this side.
Unless my grievances are heard, I will not come out!
David, they're hearing. It's all right. They're hearing. The whole world's hearing. You got 20,000 people hearing. Just go ahead and go out.
Go on, David. We've got this, man. Stop on the phone! David, go on out. We've got this under control. We've got people that are willing to pick up the fight.
It's all right, David. Keep it cool. You're doing fine. Remember, the grievances are getting out there.
I'm kind of worried that they're just going to ignore us. They're going to do something.
But we're not.
No, they're not. They cannot ignore us, David. They cannot ignore us anymore. It's not possible.
It's in God's hands, too.
You know what happens, David? If you don't follow through, then they will portray you as the distrusted and one, and they will portray you as the villain. You cannot let that happen.
Set an example
You
for
have
them.
I'm actually feeling suicidal right now.
Well, don't feel
No,
that
David.
way.
That doesn't help anybody, David. That really doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help us. And as a matter of fact, it will take away every bit of progress that we've made.
David, listen to Victoria. She says, David, please do not die. I need to see you again. I care about you. I promise if you come through this, that I will do everything I can for you, and America will not forget you. That's from Victoria. David, you don't need to be afraid of jail. You don't need to be afraid of the wicked. You just need to keep standing for peace. You just need to sit up and walk out. Don't let them make you look foolish. Just go out peaceful.
Guys, I'm so sleepy now. I'm just kind of laying here. There's a lot going through my mind, and I'm making so many decisions right now. And it's like, I'm just like disappointed at how long that Americans have been letting the government, betray them.
And, the whole time, like I said, for the 2 weeks we were negotiating with these FBI people, and these people do not budge. They don't care about the situation. They're just there to take us out one way or another, dead or alive. And I just wanted to see how much they would budge.
If everybody says hallelujah, I'll come out. Huh? Will ya? Will you do that? Yes. Better. Everybody's listening. Everybody's listening.
I'm not using my hands to smoke, but I had the cigarette in my mouth, and I come walking out with these cell phones in my hand.
You're saying hallelujah! So I'm walking towards them right now.
Okay, stay calm.
I'm walking towards you, David. Keep walking, my friend. Hallelujah. Slow down. Keep your hands up. Stop right there for a second before we turn around.
You're all right, David.
Keep walking. All right. Stop. Nice and easy. Okay. Yep. Down. Right here. Just put your hand behind your back. Okay. All right. All right, folks. Everybody come on.
All right, good job, David.
Good job.
We got your back.
And then we started walking up the hill towards the front gate, and that's where Michelle Fiore and Franklin Graham was. And they let me go over and talk to them, and they said prayers. They had put their arms around me, and they said some prayers, and telling us we're going to be fine.
Okay, Kristen, it looks like they cut off David's phone. Are you still there?
Okay. Yeah, I'm still here.
It sounds like he's gone out now.
Yeah. Can I just cry now, Gavin?
I already am, Kristen.
Oh my goodness.
It's a shame that our country's come to a point where people like David have to fear like this because of our own government. This should be a lesson to America.
As David Fry surrenders, the federal government regains control of the Malheur Wildlife Refuge. The occupation is officially over. Many are arrested for taking part in the events of Malheur. But not only are Ammon, Ryan Bundy, John Ritzheimer, and the others arrested for the events in Oregon, many of them are also made to stand trial for the events of the 2014 Nevada standoff. Even Cliven Bundy, when going to Oregon to speak out for his sons, is arrested. Ironically, however, no one from Burns or Harney County are arrested for taking part or showing support for the Malheur occupation.
I'm disappointed that a traffic stop yesterday that was supposed to bring peaceful resolution to this ended badly. It didn't have to happen. We all make choices in life. Sometimes our choices go bad.
The activist, occupier of the Malheur Wildlife Refuge, LaVoy Finicum, has been shot. So he has had his hands above his head and he was shot 3 times. So now we have someone on the right that people can chant, hands up, don't shoot about.
The world quickly takes sides over the death of LaVoy Finicum, wrestling for the narrative of whether he's a patriot or a terrorist.
This is February 1st, 2016. A man is murdered on the highway between Burns and John Day by government FBI agents in tactical gear. We're all supposed to be standing for the Constitution and America, but as you can see, there are 2 different lines.
We decided that we needed to go see exactly where this killing had taken place.
Just wanted to see it myself. Me and about 4 guys drove out there, and we walked around out there looking at the area.
It was a snowy day, it cold, overcast, dreary.
Could see where they had posted up in the trees, where they had broke the branches off to get clear lines of fire. Could see the footsteps all through the snow where they had their L-shaped ambush set up, and then you could see the blood in the snow where they shot him.
And it isn't until you really you see the blood of somebody in the snow on the side of the road that the reality of what is going on, what people are willing to do.
He was just trying to teach people about the Constitution. You know, he wasn't a domestic terrorist. He didn't even have a frickin' speeding ticket.
It's still hard to even put in words what you're thinking. You just wonder why, you know.
You know, standing over his blood was we all promised him that we wouldn't stop trying to defend the Constitution, teach people about the Constitution, and defend the Republic. teach people about the Republic. We said bye to them, and then we left.
That picture is the picture of him at Bunkerville. Somebody made that after he died and sent it to me. Yeah, yes. And then this is a smaller one here that some people have been sending me. Yeah. Nice red one.
We all doing okay?
Yeah.
Although the U.S. Attorney ruled LaVoy's death legally justified, many facts were not introduced into the public sphere. Such facts as trespass notice was never served to LaVoy, warrants were never issued for his arrest, 2 lethal rounds were fired at LaVoy as he exited a truck with his hands in the air by an unknown FBI agent, and aerial footage shows FBI agents picking evidence up off the ground and traveling from his body back and forth to his truck.
Special Agent Astorita is being charged with 3 counts of knowingly and willfully making false statements to FBI supervisory special agents, knowing that the statements were false and material to the FBI's decision not to investigate the propriety of the agent-involved shooting.
This type of behavior stands in stark contrast to the professionalism and integrity displayed by the Oregon State Police and Superintendent Travis Hampton. The actions of the FBI HRT in this case damaged the integrity of the entire law enforcement profession, which makes me both disappointed and angry.
I would ask that media outlets choosing to report on this case take note of 2 key facts. The first is that an indictment is only an accusation of a crime, and Special Agent Astorita is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty. The second is that Special Agent Astorita's alleged actions that led to this investigation and indictment do not in any way call into question the findings of the Major Incident Team's investigation of OSP's use of deadly force.
In most state law enforcement manuals, there's a section dealing with the use of dead man's roadblocks, and they can only be used in very exigent circumstances because they are a lethal use of force. So for example, if you have a fleeing murderer or a prison escapee, that is an acceptable use for a dead man's roadblock. Not when a man on camera and on very clear audio has said, "I am going to see the sheriff in the next county." LaVoy Finicum never got his day in court.
Eventually, with the FBI having left Burns, Oregon, life in Arizona, Nevada, and the rest of the United States returns, it seems, to business as usual. The media move on to the next exhilarating story, the governing to the next fight for political control. All protesters go back to their jobs and passions. Prisoners are hidden away from the public eye. The dead return to the earth from which they came. Yet some things can never be the same.
The memories are still there. And there are people that don't talk to you.
You know, they smile, but it's not a genuine smile. And that I really regret about the whole situation here, but I wouldn't do anything different.
I don't see any healing. You were either for it or you were against it, and I really believe that's how people are still living their lives. And that's how I live mine. It's pretty sad. Pretty sad situation.
Something changed in me then, because not only somebody had given their life for my husband, like I knew what he had done. I knew he had done that. And I thought of Jeanette, and I thought of their kids, and I couldn't hardly find peace.
I found myself regretting not taking that opportunity to invite him to come home.
I wouldn't change our high command there at Malheur at all. We are not intimidated or daunted by what has occurred up to this time.
Was it worth it? Yes, it was worth it, and I would do it again. If I have to do it all over, I would do it all over again, no problem.
The first roundup after he died was crazy for me because, you know, he would always drive. You know, he'd drive the truck, and so I could sleep while we drove home or haul the cows. But instead, I had to drive the truck, and I was hauling cows till midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning, pulling them off the range. And I was just like, wow, how did he do this? Like, how did he stay awake? How did he not hit cows on these dirt roads?
There are people that have healed. You know, I was in Safeway one day and I said hi to a person that I'd known for 20 some odd years, and she said, "You're a bad person." And I said, "What? You're a bad person." And I said, "Gosh, I'm sorry you feel that way, but I hope you have a good day." And after the occupation, she got a hold of me and she said, "You know what? I was wrong to say that. And you are a good person. You've been a good person. You've done a lot for this county. You've done a lot for the people. And I was wrong. And if you can forgive me, I'd really appreciate that." And that really touched my heart.
The FBI had a press release on January 27th. They gave their spiel on what had happened and why LaVoy was shot. And so afterwards, I went up to all of the media outlets and I said, "I have Victoria Sharp's account inside the rig if you want to hear it." And then people started listening to it. And I didn't say one way or the other. Where I said, "This is the truth as she saw it."
I see the LaVoy Ranch still in the family. I don't plan on wanting to sell it or get rid of it, and if any of my siblings want to go in on running it with me, then I'll be glad to do that. But it really depends on what God wants me to do in my life.
He often talked about, "I just want to go in a pine box and be drawn by a wagon with the horse following behind my horse."
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found.
And this is one tribute that we as American cowboys and ranchers are going to do a tribute to LaVoy.
Our family sang his favorite songs, Amazing Grace. His mother had made a blanket and we wrapped him in it. And my sons and son-in-laws made the casket. I led his horse Esperanza and we followed behind his parents pulling the wagon to the gravesite. It overlooks all of cane beds. All the hills that he went in. Some of our first dates, that famous cave out of the book is over in that area that he took me to. All of our memories are right there. And there we buried LaVoy. And we said goodbye.
LaVoy Finicum dies on a remote highway in Oregon, shot in the back 3 times by Oregon State Police. This dramatic ending in the conflict between the governed and the governing stands in stark contrast to the 2014 Bundy standoff. For in this very moment, life, liberty, and property are lost. The governing, admittedly, without a warrant or a proven crime, killed a man and imprisoned numerous people. How did we get to this point? Looking back over this story, we can identify 4 elements that contributed to this unfortunate outcome. First, federal, state, and local law enforcement were fused together into a cooperative entity under the control of the FBI. Under this arrangement, no political boundary separated the governing, offering the governed a remedy as it played out in 2014. Second, the Hammonds and the Harney County citizens' unwillingness to take a stand was exploited by the governing, painting Ammon, LaVoy, and the others as invaders, flipping the 2014 script. Third, the policy that defined the culture and training of all of the governing involved caused them to profile and view the beliefs and actions of LaVoy and the others as a critical national security threat. Fourth, the media went from commentator to active player by taking the government policy and using it as labels to categorize LaVoy and the others as domestic right-wing extremists on the verge of committing acts of domestic terrorism. Did LaVoy fit any of these labels? Perhaps a better question is, who gets to define these labels? Who controls the meaning of words that remove life, liberty, and property? Perhaps many Americans, including you, would agree with these labels. If that is the case, then the only question left is, how would this right-wing extremist, supremacist, terrorist respond to you?
Well, I think that he would say, I was fighting for your right to disagree with me.
You're wasting oxygen, son. It matters how you stand, and if you don't stand for what's right, where's your future going to be?
And he probably would have respectfully agreed to disagree.
Yeah, I could see imposter responding with a graceful, well, you weren't there. Or give him a whole speech on freedom and what he was standing for. But he wouldn't get angry. He would get passionate about teaching him, but he wouldn't belittle them, and he would let them have the right of their opinion.
And he would probably say, well, thank you for sharing that with me. I have a different opinion, but thank you for sharing that with me. I appreciate that.
I think LaVoy would say, I did what I was told to do. I did what God told me. I did what I felt was right. I did what I needed to do, and I would do it again.
LaVoy Finicum would have said, I'd do it again. That's about all I'd say. He put his life on the line, and he spilled his blood, and he did it for America. He did it because he believed in the Constitution. He believed that those people needed help. He believed that the Hammonds needed help, and he was willing to help.
You know, they weren't racist. They weren't bigoted. There was no. I just didn't see any of that mentality there with regards to the way the mainstream media was putting it, and that to me speaks volumes. You know, and I'm glad I was there to meet those guys and to share with that experience.
The lesson to learn from LaVoy is find out where your purpose is in life and live it with conviction.
He's standing up for a cause he believed in, and if it resulted in his death, so be it.
He put himself in that snowbank so that he didn't hit that cop. A real domestic terrorist would have ran that cop over and kept driving through that gap.
LaVoy was about teaching truth, and if a man does not understand yet, we only hope that they will understand later.
He's not the one that needs to be vindicated. He's not the one that needs to get this right.
He believed in the Constitution. He believed in families. He believed in defense for defending the truth. And that he did it because he wanted to do it. He did it because he believed it.
And to just testify to those that might see this and might hear his words, for you to go find out why he did what he did. Because I testify to you that what he did was right. And what he did is what we need to do and be willing to do in order to preserve the good that we have in this country. And if we don't, it will be lost. And that's why he said he was one cowboy standing for freedom.
Hello everyone, my name is LaVoy Finicum.
If we restore the Constitution, doesn't he win? We know where his heart is. Read his book. He wants justice. And he knows what's right. And he expects us to do the same. So he stood. And we all should stand too.
America, stand. The Constitution has been shredded, but it lives in your heart. You know what freedom is and what freedom isn't. Stand, because when you stand, others will stand with you. And God can't stand with you if you don't stand. Once you stand, you can expect the hand of providence to be over you. Don't matter how it ends, it matters how you stand. This is LaVoy Finicum. One cowboy stands for freedom. See you later.
Home. Where can I call home? It's a place I own. It's a place my own. Free. Where can I call free? If my home's not mine, how can free it be? Green pasture land where the cattle graze under free blue skies. This used to be my home until I realized if I do not take a stand, Surely they will take this land. My home is my own. Cold, oh, I feel so cold, and I feel alone. Am I all alone? Peace, yes, I do want peace, but is a soul at peace if it can't be free? For pale grey walls, not a hint to breathe, not a star in sight. This has become my home. Fellow man, open your eyes. Peacefully I took a stand. Now they bound my feet and hands are home. Is it gone? I knew the cost and I put everything at stake. Freedom's a cause, I'll do whatever it takes. The holy cause of God is the cause of liberty. I stand for God, I stood for you. Will you stand for me? Take up the cause. This is my cry from prison cell. This is not over 'cause our brother fell. If with me you'll take your stand, take the chains from my hands. Our home is not gone. Stand with me.
If we don't stand up like we're doing here today, they'll just continue to trot over us.
They know I'm not a terrorist.
It might not end well for you, but it would end well for liberty.
I've been a political prisoner for 700 days. I came in here as a free man, I didn't even leave as a free man.
But I never dreamed that they would hold him without bail for 2 years.
I never imagined it would take 2 years.